wow, finally we're doing another weekly theme of this month. I haven't done one of these in a while, I don't think now, and I think I say that every time I do another one because I sort of do it sort of like inconsistently. This is where I'm going to upload one video every week based on a particular theme. This month's theme is going to be makeup basics, which basically means every Friday of this month I'm going to be uploading a video talking about makeup basics, which is literally just as it sounds, like just the basic things that you need to know about different makeup products and how to apply and different things. Let me get my list because I'm trying my hardest to get things back to normal. I've got a list. Today's video we're going to be doing the basics of foundation. Next week is going to be concealer. The week after that is going to be products for the face like blush and bronzer and highlights and like contouring and stuff like that. And then the last week I'm undecided on what to do. I was thinking of maybe doing eyes, like eye basics or eyebrow basics, or just like this sort of area basics. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. So let me know if there's any sort of basics, I said it again, this is going to be a thing now, isn't it? Makeup basics that you would like to know for my last week, and I will see what we can do. So let's get started on today, shall we? As I mentioned, today we're going to be talking about foundation, and this is how prepared I'm being. If you watched my video back in January where I did a mini sort of life update, I said how I wanted to try and get back into doing my videos how I used to do them and better than that. So I've actually got notes today, just like we used to do, so it's actually got some structure. Today is going to be foundation, and I'm going to talk about the different types of foundation, the different things that you can get from foundations, because different foundations offer different things, and I'm only going to talk about what I know. I've got like a little array of products here which I already had in my makeup drawer that I can talk about and tell you the difference between, and depending on what you're looking for will depend on what foundation that you choose. The first one we're going to talk about is matte foundation, because it is my favourite, completely just biased, and I want to talk about it first because it's my favourite type of foundation. And the only one that I could actually pull out that I know is 100% matte is my Matte Perfect foundation. This is MUA, Makeup Academy. I wanted to pull it out just so I had something in my hand to show you, because I think it's better to visualise than for me to just talk about it. My voice is gone. I've got like a list of things that it actually matte foundation does. But for me, I get kind of shiny and kind of oily, so it's nice to have a matte foundation to sort of just stop that shine. The first thing is that it's lightweight, and I definitely find that matte products are definitely feel, for me at least, easier to work with, easier to blend, easier to have on my face. I kind of forget that it's there. As we know, makeup is very personal, so you might just be listening thinking, that's not right at all. But for me at least, it definitely feels lightweight and airy on the skin. Easy to apply. I find them much easier than like satin, sort of like ones that leave you with a bit of a glow, because I find that they slip on the skin. Matte seems to just dissolve into my skin and looks beautiful, and is so easy to blend. It's just like done. Love it. Helps control oil. Now that is a definite, as I mentioned right at the very beginning before I started this ramble, definitely helps keep that oil at bay. I get very sort of oily just on my forehead as of late. It's probably quite shiny now. When I use matte foundation, it really does help to control that oil. It doesn't, by the end of the day, it's come through, but it sort of like makes like a barricade on the skin. And I find with like silk and satin foundations that they don't do that. They sort of, helps control oil. The only thing with matte foundations is if you've got dry skin, like I don't have dry skin. I have a little bit sometimes around my nose, but not very much dry skin at all. But if you do suffer from dry patches, then matte foundation can sort of stick into it. It doesn't sort of blend very well over it, and then wherever your dry patches are can look a little bit cakey. So either moisturise really, really, really well first, and obviously make sure you use a really good primer underneath. Then you shouldn't have too many issues, but if you've got really bad dry patches of skin, then I wouldn't recommend matte foundation at all. The next one that we've got to talk about is long-lasting foundation. This is things that say 8-hour wear, 16-hour wear, 24-hour wear, because, you know, everybody needs makeup on for 24 hours a day. But the one that I've pulled out is 16 hour wear, and this is the collection Lasting Perfection. I think this is the only sort of foundation that I own that says long wearing, so this is all I've got to base what I'm going to talk about on. Just like the matte foundation, really, it is so easy to blend, and it's not like a thin consistency, but it's quite thin. It's just like really nice and airy and lasts obviously a long time, blends really nicely, can be a little bit difficult on your oily spots I found, but again I am just basing it on this one. But I find that it can be a little bit, if you've got a few oily spots, it can be a little bit difficult to blend, a bit slippy. That's pretty much all there is to say about the long lasting. It's not any different than any other sort of foundation, apart from that it's long lasting, it is thin, it doesn't feel like you've got anything on your skin, which is really nice. I think it's perfect for summer or hot days when you just want your makeup to stay in place but you don't want to feel like you've got any makeup on. Next up is tinted moisturiser, and I'm going to say BB and CC creams, but I only own CC cream. I've actually got two different types of CC cream and a tinted moisturiser, so we're not going to talk about BB creams because I don't own any, but tinted moisturiser and CC cream is what I wear. These, particularly tinted moisturiser, in the summer when I don't feel like I need like loads of coverage, because tinted moisturiser doesn't give you much coverage whatsoever. It's like a fair to medium, little to medium, in between there, depending on I think which one you buy. Mine is just the Natural Collection. It was like £2. It's literally just really nice to apply in the summer, even in the winter if you want, like if you don't want to put a full face of makeup on, you just want something just to cover up a few of your blemishes, then definitely tinted moisturiser is good. It can be a little bit oily. I'm guessing it's the moisturiser. If you've got like sensitive skin like I do, like some products really make me break out, some products don't, then be wary of that fact, because by the end of the day I am like very, very shiny after using this, and I do think it's the moisturiser rather than the tinted foundation part of it. And my CC cream, I pretty much just use it as a foundation, to be honest. This offers a lot of coverage. Again, these can be a little difficult to blend because they seem to be like quite slippy and silky. So if you're using like a silicone based primer underneath, then it's like wah, and it just goes everywhere in streaks and is rather difficult to blend. So if you have oily skin, I would probably recommend doing a lot of research before you buy a CC cream, or do a lot of research on non-silicone based primers just to help keep everything nice and smooth and not silky and greasy. So that is my thoughts on CC cream. This one I actually haven't got anything written down about because I just pulled it out. This is actually what I'm wearing today. This is Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Air Whipped Foundation, and I don't know whether it's supposed to be, but I always think of satin as more of a silk foundation, meaning that it's a bit more shiny, has less oil control, more difficult to blend, all of that sort of stuff that I've just said is really, really bad, and I'm wearing it today. If you have really oily skin, then I definitely do not recommend a silk or a satin or anything that's going to give you shine, because it really does not control oil at all. It's just like, it's by the end of the day I will definitely be like shiny as anything with this on. They are difficult to blend because of the satiny silky feel. So today I actually used my number 7 matte primer, which isn't, I don't think is silicone based, it doesn't feel silicone based. So this actually stuck really well not using a silicone based primer. I definitely recommend doing that if you want the more shiny sort of glowy look. And the last thing that I have to talk about is mineral foundation. So there's this big thing about mineral foundation where it's like, oh my god, it is so amazing and I love it and blah 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 blah. And it's actually, mineral foundation is not mineral foundation. It is no different than like a powder. I can't think of what the word is. No different than a powder like thing. Powder foundation, that's the word. It is no different than powder foundation, except that it's in very, very powdery form. That is the only difference. It doesn't offer any sort of mineral benefits. It's no healthier for your skin, it's no better for your skin, it's not going to do anything else for your skin. And as much as I do love this, it offers incredible coverage. Like, it is crazy. This is the Arbonne, I don't think it says, Got You Covered Mineral Powder Foundation. If you want something that is going to give you medium to full coverage, then definitely a mineral foundation is going to do your job. I put it on and it's like, oh my god, it is like my skin has like 0 blemishes whatsoever, and it is lovely, but it is hard to get on. I've got pins and needles. It is hard to put on, like rather difficult. You have to have like a tough bristle brush. Let me get it and I'll show you. You definitely need one of these. This is like a hard brush. I think this is actually a mineral powder brush. Came with this. So you definitely need one of these sort of brushes. It's very sort of, and it is difficult to get on your face. It gets everywhere. As soon as I'm not going to open this on camera because it's going to go everywhere. As soon as I open this, there's like powder everywhere. It makes a right mess. I feel like I actually get more product on the side than I do on my face. But with that being said, you don't need to use a lot to get good coverage. I will maybe dip this into my powder 3 or 4 times maybe. Like, it blends beautifully, but it is hard to just actually pick it up on the brush and get it on your face, because then it's like it gets everywhere. The thing that will probably be most surprising, because I know it was for me, with it being a powder, I thought this is going to keep me matte and beautiful all day. By the end of the day, it had like dissolved from all of the oil that came out of my face. Like I said, I'm a little bit of an oily person, but not like excessive oil. I have never looked so oily and greasy before. It was just like everywhere, and I really thought that with it being a powder, it would really keep all of the oils in my skin, not seep them out from places that have never been oily before. It is very, very oily. If you have even the slightest bit of an oily skin problem, then I probably would not recommend. Even using my matte primer didn't make a difference. And that is it for my first makeup basic video. I hope that you found this even the slightest bit helpful. When I first started like looking into makeup, I was just like, had no idea. There was just like, you'd go into like Boots and there'd just be hundreds of different types of makeup, and I'd be like, I don't know what the difference is between this and this, which is why I wanted to do this series this month. Make sure that you come back next Friday, where we'll be doing a makeup basic on concealer and different types of concealer and how to apply. We're going to be showing you how to apply concealer next week as well. Make sure that you thumbs up and that you subscribe so you don't miss any of the uploads this month. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!